and I've actually been planning that I'll take some karate classes, so that anybody that just comes to do anyhow, they will see anyhow, that. Hello, my name is Lilian Okibe. Welcome to my channel. I'm officially 15 months locked. My last lock update video was when I hit 1 year. That was when I hit 12 months. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how the past 3 months have been. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then please keep on watching. I feel like when I hit 1 year, so many things started happening when it comes to my locks, right? I started noticing that my locks have gotten longer. Like, I feel like they are now obviously longer than how they used to be, and now I feel it. Now my locks like comfortably sit on my neck. Like when I lay my locks down, I feel it on my neck. So I feel like almost every month, like for the past 3 months, I feel like I notice like a little bit of increase in length month after month. Like my locks are still growing, and I'm getting some like hang time and things like that. And I feel like at this point my locks are no longer shrinking. Now, as at when I was like 13 months locked, after that my lock update video, my last lock update video, I noticed that I entered this phase where I wasn't really comfortable with my hair as much as I was earlier on in my lock journey. Like when I first started my locks, I was like excited, I was so happy and things like that. And as my locks matured, I had this like cute pixie cut kind of look, and I felt like it was really nice. I got so attached to that look. Like I got so attached to that look. I loved it so much, and I was just having fun with the look basically. So after that my 1 year lock updates, that was when I started noticing my hair getting longer and like hitting my neck and like covering my neck, and it started looking weird. Like I could no longer comfortably achieve my pixie cut look that I loved so much. So I got to that phase where I just was like, I don't know what it is that I'm doing with my hair. It took me a while for me to get used to this new length of my locks, getting down here on my neck. I just started embracing my new length about, I think maybe like last month or so. And as soon as I started embracing this new length, my hair I feel like my locks transformed like for the best. Now I so love this new length, and I so love this new shape, because like now I have this kind of like bob kind of shape. It's no longer a pixie cut, it's not like a bob kind of shape. But I never saw this. Like when I was so hell bent on like trying to force my locks to look like that pixie cut and to achieve that pixie cut, I couldn't see past that to see that, oh, like my hair now has a nice bob shape. Like I couldn't see past that. But as soon as I decided to just like embrace it, I was like, okay, I'm past the pixie cut. Okay, get comfortable with my new length. And like, okay, so how are we going to do this now? As soon as I got to that place, that was when like I feel like it just transformed my hair, and like now I'm so in love with my new shape. I'm so in love with my new length, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, just in case you're in a phase right now and you're feeling somehow, and try to live in the moment, try to live in the phase and in the stage that you are, and I feel like that will just help you to have a more enjoyable and a more favorable journey. So yeah, we've talked about length, we talked about shrinkage. What else should we talk about? Yeah, so far I've not had any issues with lint. As you guys will see later on, I'll show you guys my whole head. I've not had any issues with lint. I've not had any issues with buildup. I've not had any issues with my hair changing color. There was a point where there was a time, I can't remember when in my journey, but I kind of felt like my hair was starting to change color. But I got to know that it was just in my head. And sometimes like when you're taking selfies with like phone camera, the phone camera isn't actually true to color. So sometimes it may look different on the phone, right? But like when I ask people and like, hey, what's the color of my hair? How does my hair look? They say like it's black and all. So far my hair hasn't changed color. My hair is still pretty much dark, and I owe that to mostly how I maintain my hair and shea butter, because shea butter helps to prevent your hair changing color due to excessive sun exposure, so that's why my hair still remains dark, and I like that. I can't complain. I like that. That's actually one of the reasons why I still use shea butter, even though people demonize shea butter in the loc community. Because I just want to, I feel like I'm going to get to a phase where my hair will turn gray, so I want to enjoy the black for as long as I can. I don't think my hair has gotten any thicker than it was in my last lock update video. There was actually a phase, I think, when I was about maybe 14 months or so, or maybe like 13 months plus, I noticed that I felt like my locks were getting like skinnier. I had some locks that were getting skinnier, but now they have bulked up. I feel like my locks are now like thick. Like all my locks have, I'm not having that issue of like my locks compacting anymore. I feel like all my locks have gotten to that point where they have compacted, you know, to close up all the spaces and all. So now they are starting to like accumulate. I have a video on my channel, I'll link it up in the iCards, where I talked about the different stages that your locks will go through. And one of the stages is that your locks will compact and like shrink and like get slimmer. Then eventually hair will continue to accumulate on the lock and it will eventually get thicker. So I feel like I am past that compacting stage right now. I briefly experienced that compacting somewhere around my 13-14 month mark. Some of my locks started to compact all over again, even though I thought I had crossed that stage before I hit 1 year. I got to that stage again when some of my locks are starting to compact and like get slimmer due to compacting. But now they have started, like I've had more strands accumulating on those areas and they've started swelling up basically. So I no longer have that issue of some of my locks compacting, as you guys will see at the end of this video. Another thing I want to talk about is moisture. When it comes to moisture, like my hair, I don't really have issues with dryness. I feel like at this point in my lock journey, I have been able to master what my hair needs, you know. So yeah, I don't really have issues with dryness. I still use the same products that I have always been using. I still use shea butter, Dudu Ocean black soap, and Jamaican black castor oil. Those are the only things I use on my locks, and water, of course. Those are the only things I use on my locks. Now, at this point in my lock journey, I wet my hair every other day. Like in the shower, I let water run down my hair and drench my hair in water every other day. And I feel like my hair likes it. When it comes to maintaining, I still don't maintain the conventional way. Like I don't retwist my hair the way people do. I say retwist my hair with the technique that I showed you guys. I'll link that in case you're new to my channel. I'll link that up in the iCards to show you guys how I retwist. I still retwist that way. I still retwist that way, and I feel like at this point I do that probably once a month, right? But whenever I'm just like around, I'm less busy, maybe I'm doing something that doesn't require my hands, I like just kind of like play in my hair just to inspect my hair to see if I can find randomly, like if I can find like some locks that are merging excessively. Then I'll go ahead and, you know, loosely separate. I don't pop. I made a video telling you guys why you should not pop your locks. So I don't really pop and like snag my hair and things like that. I go ahead and loosely like separate my locks. I do that really often, right? I do that like whenever I'm just like lounging and like not doing anything important and my hands are free. I'll just randomly inspect my hair and try to separate locks that are merging too much, right? But when I sit down and go row by row, lock by lock to like separate and like maintain and like keep them separated, I do that, I'll say probably once a month. Now the method that I use to maintain, I've tried it on my hair and on several other people's hair. It is gentle enough that it can actually be done every week. Now, the reason why I don't sit down and do that every week is because, number one, I don't have that time. I don't have that time. Not that I don't have the time. I actually have the time if I want to. I can make the time if I want to, but I'm not willing to make that time. Another thing is I'm not really comfortable putting my hair in like a braid pattern every single week. So even if I'll do that every single week, I will just like do my separating, like wrap the loose hair and all that I did in that video, but I would not go ahead and like put my hair in braids. When I actually do that, to sit down and do every lock and like put it in loose braids, I do that probably once a month or like once every 2 months. But for the fact that I'm constantly like randomly checking my hair to like separate and things like that, I don't really have much issue with marrying. My hair doesn't really marry. My locks basically look the same almost all year round. Now when it comes to washing, I wash once a week. I've been washing once a week. I still wash once a week, but like I said earlier, I wet my hair every other day. I still don't use a lot of products when it comes to quantity. As those of you that have seen my wash day videos have seen, I still don't use a lot of products. I still use basically small quantity of product, like I always tell you guys to use. Now when it comes to my locks and the kind of how people react to my locks, at this stage I've gotten to this point where my hair is now pretty bold and my locks are now pretty bold. I feel like when I was in that pixie cut phase, even though my hair obviously looked like locks and things like that, but I feel like now my locks are a lot more bold than it used to be. So like everywhere I go, like it is obvious that I have locks. It is so obvious that I have locks. I feel like my locks kind of makes me stand out, so I get noticed even when I'm trying to sneak in and sneak out. Because like you don't really find so many people with locks that look like mine. That said, I get a lot of, I feel like lately the kind of reaction I get from people with my locks, I feel like it's a little bit different now than it was a few months back. Now people, I think people now, when people see me, they are kind of scared of me. And I don't know, maybe I may be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Like I feel like now when people see me, they are scared of me. People are afraid to walk up to me and say what does not make sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So what I mean is, like, you guys don't know me. Like, if you know me in real life, I am 5'4". I'm 5'4", 5 feet 4 inches tall. So I'm not very tall. I'm not very big. Like, even people who see me, many people even think that I am shorter than 5 feet 4 inches, you know. So I look kind of small. I look kind of small. And many people perceive me to be younger than my age, right? Now, that is good. Obviously, that is a blessing. So I'm grateful for that, because, you know, everybody wants to look younger than their age and all. But that also comes with some issues and some challenges. Like, I don't usually get, because many people think that I am younger than my age, I get reaction from people that I normally should not be getting. Like, people treat me like I'm younger, and so they don't give me the respect that I deserve for my age. I don't know if that makes sense. So for example, like in Lagos, sometimes if you're walking around in like maybe those like busy open markets and things like that, you may have people trying to call you to come and buy stuff from them, like maybe like men and stuff calling you. You usually get like all these cat calls, like people calling you, come and buy. They'll be like, fine girl, and buy, all those kind of things, right? Before, when I had loose natural hair, and like what I've always been used to since when I was younger, and like even up to now, until now that my locks are like this, I'll get those kind of calls. Some people even go to the point of like harassing me, you know, probably because they think I am younger. I don't know, maybe they think I can't do anything. I feel like people just think that I am a prey that they can just harass whenever they want to, right? And even though, of course, I push them away and all that, but that's something that has always made me uncomfortable, and I do not like. And I've actually been planning that I'll, you know, take some karate classes, so that anybody that just comes to do anyhow, they will say anyhow, you know, that kind of thing. But I've not had the opportunity to do that. So, but like now, it's like even when I am walking around in like those busy markets, nobody walks up to me. Like, people just look at me and see me from a distance, and like they give me my space. Yeah, I may get some of those cat calls, oh, fine girl, and all, like, you know, normal. But nobody goes that extra mile to try to, you know, put their hands on me or like harass me or anything like that. Like, now I don't get any of that, and it's like, wow. I'm so happy, right? Then another thing that I feel like I feel like people, I feel like now people are afraid of me, or like people now respect me more than they used to, is that like, because like I said earlier, many people think that I am younger than my age. When they see me, many people used to think, or maybe my locks just make me look older. Maybe that is it. Maybe now, because I have, and I mostly wear my hair like this, covering my face and all that. Maybe now, like, my locks make me look older. Maybe that is it. I don't know. But I feel like now, in the past, when I'm walking on the road, like, it's very, very rare, because in Nigeria, we respect our elders, right? So let's say if you're walking, if you're a child, if you're, you know, a teenager or like 18, or you're a child, basically, you are expected to greet your elders when you see them. You know, in the past, I never used to have children greet me. Like, they'll just see me and walk their own, me I walk my own, because they people usually perceive that I am young, so they don't feel like they need to give me the respect that people of my age usually get, right? So people don't usually like greet me when I walk. It's something that I'm used to. Like, it doesn't really bother me, but that's just something that I've noticed. Like, children don't see me and like greet me like, hey auntie and all that. How they treat people that are even younger than me, or like my age mates, right? But now it's like when I'm walking, when little children see me, like they bend and greet me. So that's something I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I'm now getting the respect. You know, so that's something that I find really interesting. Before, when I had loose natural hair, when I would go out, people would, you know, I'll get people who would like try to comment, who would comment and be like, hey, I like your hair and all, and some of them may want to try to, even though many of them do not actually succeed in like touching my hair, but some of them, when they say, oh, I like your hair and all, the next thing is that you can tell that they are about to, even though sometimes I give them the eye and like, you know, shift back and stuff, but you can tell that they want to kind of like touch your hair and things like that. But like now, I've been locked for 15 months. I've not had not one person, not one person try to touch my hair. Like, not one person. Yes, I get some comments of like, hey, I like your hair, hey, I like your locks and all, but they say it from a distance, they say it from afar. Like, nobody tries to approach me to like be too close and want to touch, you know, that kind of thing. I don't usually get that. Like, I haven't gotten any incident like that since I started my locks. So I don't know if it is the fact that these locks, people don't really have locks like this. Maybe when people see me, they think I have locks. Maybe they think I have locks for spiritual reasons. So for that, they just give me that like, this person is spiritual, let us not mess with her. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe the fact that I have locks, I now look, you know, I now look my age now that I'm wearing my hair in locks. So now people now give me the respect that, you know, I deserve for my age. Maybe, or maybe, I don't know, basically. But those are things I have noticed. And I feel like now that my locks have gotten more mature and like more obvious and things like that, I get that more. Like, all these things I'm talking about have increased. I noticed that all these things here and there earlier when my locks were still shorter and like still like the pixie cut phase and things like that. But like now I feel like it is more obvious, like more pronounced, and I'm happy to say the least. I am so happy because you guys don't like, I don't know if you are someone that people usually mistake you for, you know, being younger than your age. Please comment down below and just let me know if I'm not alone. Like, if you understand what I'm talking about and how I feel. Yes, it feels good when people say, oh, you look younger than your age and blah blah blah. Like, it feels good because people are trying to remain young for long. But like, when it comes to socially, like how people interact with you, how people relate with you, like there's some nonsense that I used to get from people, that because they think I'm younger, that on a normal day I would not get. Like, people of my age would not get. People who look my age don't usually get. Like, when even like my friends don't have those kind of experiences, and it's just because people just see me and they just assume that I'm younger than my age, and so they treat me accordingly, you know, as if I'm younger than my age. And many times the way they interact with me, the way they react to me can actually be rude because I'm not a teenager. So you can just imagine people thinking that I am a teenager or I am like in my early 20s and treating me, talking to me and like interacting with me like I'm so young. Sometimes they come off rude, basically. I don't know if you guys can understand, but if you understand what I mean, just tell me down in the comment section. I just want to know that I'm not alone. So yeah, I feel like that's basically all there is to talk about. So far I'm enjoying my hair. Obviously, I like how my locks look now, and I like the bob shape and everything like that. My locks are not actually giving me any issues right now, so I'm I'm having fun. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys up close what my hair looks like at 15 months of being locked. So yeah, you guys have seen what my locks look like. If you guys want to see like a more detailed view of my locks, like showing all my locks one by one, I shared a video showing every lock of my head one by one a few days ago. So I'm going to link that up in the iCard just in case if you're interested in seeing like a more in-depth view of my locks. And I'll also leave that video down in the description box. With that, it becomes the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time on my channel and you like to see more videos from me, you like to see how my locks progress, then definitely subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video.